Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Huddersfield Town Fan TV, for another video. It's been a while since I did a video actually, isn't it? Obviously I've done live shows, but videos, not done so much of those recently. But yeah, just thought I'd come on here and discuss our upcoming game against Cambridge United on Good Friday, which is tomorrow, of course. Yeah, look, I mean, I couldn't be going into this game any more deflated, if I'm being honest with you. And to be fair, I felt deflated for a while with this club, with these players. This season's petering out just the way I thought it would do before the season even started, mainly because of the changes that should have been made in the boardroom didn't happen. Kevin Nagel decided to keep the failed board in jobs for some reason, and look what's happened. Another failed waste of a season has passed us by once again, and we're stuck in this league for at least another season. So yeah, not good at all. It's a shame, really, isn't it? Because there was a big opportunity to get out of this league at the first time asking this season. I've said it for ages now, and the reality is you know, we went into the season so underprepared. The recruitment wasn't good enough, clearly, and even in January the recruitment wasn't good enough either. So it's just been bad decision after bad decision again, unfortunately. Yes, we got a few good players, you know what I mean. Ruskin, naming one, Miller. I like the look of those two. But apart from that, Marshall obviously on loan, but obviously I don't class him as a signing. But apart from that, I've just not seen anything in the recruitment that suggests that the people in there know what they're doing, and B, what was the recruitment strategy? Because I just can't understand how, if you want to play a certain style, if you want to play a certain way, then you get players in that complement that style, surely. But we haven't. You know what I mean? We haven't done that. We've got no target man in our team, which, you know, we seem to play a lot of long balls, but we don't have a target man. So clearly, there's been no plan or strategy in terms of recruitment. But look, tomorrow's I could go on a rant for age, guys, but this is just kind of a quick video to give my thoughts on the game tomorrow. I wasn't going to do anything before the game, but just thought I'd do a quick little video for you guys. But look, Cambridge coming to town tomorrow. Currently 23rd in the league. Obviously in the relegation zone, 35 points, and they're 7 points from safety at the moment, so it looks very bleak for them in terms of staying in this division. But look, they'll come here, they are fighting for their lives, they'll be up for it, they'll put in the hard yards. You know, we're probably going to, you know, I don't care how good or poor, you know, how good or poor the team is that they've got. I can bet you bottom dollar that they'll run hard for each other because they're a team. That's what we should be. That's what we should have, a team. But unfortunately, it's a bunch of individuals who couldn't care less about this football club, most of them, in our group. And yeah, to be honest with you, look, I think Cambridge, why not? Cambridge will be coming here and thinking, you know what, yes, we had a shocking season, but we can get something here because we you know, if they've seen our recent performances and results, it's nothing to be scared of. But yeah, look, they won't give up until it's confirmed they're going down, of course. But look, obviously conceded 66 goals this season, which, that's a lot, isn't it? They've only scored 40, so obviously clearly the goals conceded has really hurt them. But look, a few players that I've kind of picked out for them tomorrow. A very familiar name around these parts, and we love him to bits. Elias Kachunga returns to the John Smith Stadium. I'm sure we'll give him a good reception. Of course, anybody that doesn't know, one of our members of the squad that got us promoted to the Premier League. We'll never forget the squad that got us to the Premier League. That was a proper team, wasn't it? A proper team. Worked hard for each other. Togetherness. Cared about the fans. You know what I mean? You know, even if we didn't get results, we always used to put in the hard yards and always used to give it a go. And that's what I liked about our team back then. You know, when we got promoted to the Premier League in 2017, But yeah, we love Kachunga. And to be fair, I'm not really sure why we let him go in the first place. I was the one that remembered that I wanted to keep him because I just think he was a fan's favourite. Had a song. We had a song about him, didn't we? And yeah, no, I loved it. I loved the way he played. Always looking to drive at defenders. You know what I mean? Really tricky customer to you know what I mean? Really tricky customer for opponents' defenses. And yeah, no, so he was stabbed the way he left, really. But look, he will go down in history in one of our members of the Premier League dream achieved that we did, but that probably didn't make sense. But anyways, Don Ballard is another name. Obviously, I think we were linked with him, weren't we, at some point? Don Ballard. I think he was at Southampton, wasn't he? And yeah, I think we were linked with him. Obviously, a striker. And I've gone for their captain, Michael Morrison, which obviously plays at the heart of the defence for them. And yeah, obviously, clearly leads by example. And yeah, so they'll come here, like I said, and they'll prove difficult for us. Mind you, any team that will come against is difficult when you don't put in the hard yards. You're on a hiding to nothing. And our team don't run for each other. They don't. There's no cohesiveness in this squad. A lot of this squad have checked out anyway. You only like to look at the performance last weekend to see that these players are checked out. Disgraceful, unprofessional cowards that we've got. And like I said, can't wait to see the back of the most of this squad in the summer. A lot of players out of contract. Won't renew any of them. Anyway, I'm diverting because I'm so passionate, I'm so frustrated, guys, about the way this season's panned out. And it's down to these bunch of cowards in the dressing room. And also the absolute clowns in the boardroom as well, let's not forget, who have no clue what they're doing and still have a job for some reason. Kevin Nagel's keeping his words, keeping his plans close to his chest at the moment. It's just all waffle that he's coming out with at the moment, as usual. So let's see what happens in the season. Don't know why we're not taking action with the board now, because we need to plan for the summer. But clearly, lessons haven't been learnt again from previous season. We're going to go into the summer messing around, trying to find a manager, trying to, we hope, find some competent sporting director and CEO. We're giving ourselves so much, and then we've got players that we need to get in the build. We need to sign some players that we can actually connect with, and actually will run and care about the club and show pride in the shirt. A lot of this bunch couldn't care less, and they prove that. But look, going off on one, guys, I apologise. Let's get back to it. So look, my lineup tomorrow. My message to John Worthington. We won't watch this, but my message to him is start some of these B team players. I'm telling you now, I'm sick and tired of seeing the same old players start when they don't warrant starts. It's about time we start dropping some players now, because they've let this club down again this season with their shocking performances and poor effort levels, and it's just been absolutely toothless. A lot of them, really. Most of this. Most of the squad. But look, I'm going to go for a 4-3-3. Why not? You know what I mean? Go out all attack. I want to see Chapman starting goal, dropping Nichols. Haven't been convinced with him for a while, and I don't really think Chapman should have been dropped in the first place. So Chapman comes back in for me. Back four of from left to right: Miller, Turton, Eccleston, and Sorensen. Then the midfield three of Hodge, Kasumu, and Yorpenda. I know Yorpenda has been working himself back from to fitness. Obviously, he's had an injury. I saw that he was in the B team squad, and he played some minutes in the B team the other week. Last week, was it? I think. So yeah, just put him in. I like him. Tom knows that I'm a big fan of his. He said that when he said that he'd watched my content on the channel when I was praising him to the hill. I think he's a really good player, a really talented youngster, and I think give these lads a chance, because I'm sorry, none of the so-called senior members of the squad have shown themselves to they haven't staked a claim this season at all. So yeah, your Pender comes in for me in that midfield three. And then left to right, the forwards, we have got Ruskin, who, like I said, has done well. A bit quiet last game with Miller were a bit quiet last game as well, wasn't he? But probably because the team was so bad, you can't just rely on two players to carry the team. You've got to have a team. You've got to have a proper team. Everybody, putting in the effort, and you know what I mean. Because yeah, like I say, when we actually do play some good stuff, which is the rare sight. We've seen what Ruskin and Miller can do. So yeah, so Roos on the left. I've got Taylor. I'm going to keep with Taylor in the centre, and Marshall on the left. So yeah, that is my lineup for the game tomorrow. I didn't actually do the opponent's potential lineup, did I? Which I probably should do. So they usually go with a 5-3-2 in their system. So Jack Stevens in goal, probably. A back five of Malone, Scott Malone. We know him as well, don't we? They've got a few of our players, haven't they? Watts, Morrison, Gibbons, and Bennett. And the three in the midfield, Brophy, Stevenson, and Stokes. Then up front, they have Dom Ballard and Ryan Loft. But it'll be interesting to see if they put Kachunga maybe up front, because obviously, might start with Kachunga this week. But yeah, probably that kind of lineup for them. But look, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Like I said, for me right now, just want the season to end. I've had enough. Just been a waste of a season. Just so infuriating to me. As you can probably tell, it's just made me so angry this season. It really has. The way it's petered out. But just the fact that the owner Nagel hasn't learnt his lessons, and he hasn't. He didn't clear out the board, which what everybody was saying he should have done last summer. We could see how bad of a season we had last year. They deserve to be sacked on the amount of bad decisions they made. That's what cost us the relegation to League One in the first place. But yeah, he kept them in a job. But look, we can go on about that for ages, but it's not going to make a difference, is it now? But I just think we had a big opportunity this season to do so, and we haven't. So yeah, not really bothered about tomorrow. I just wish we could just forfeit the rest of the games, and just Nagel can, hopefully, we pray that he actually takes proper action this summer and actually gets people in our football club and actually starts. You know what I mean? Our club is on the floor right now. It is absolutely disgraceful how this club is being run. You know what I mean? Everybody is checked. A lot of people have checked out. Season card holders not turning up to the stadium. It's so flat, toxic, everything. And that is because of the clowns above. That's what they've created. So let's not forget that. So yeah, look, let's see what happens. But for me, I mean, I can't really be confident that we'll win. I mean, we should win. But how many times have we said that this season? That you're not guaranteed to win any football match in this game. You've got to earn it. And I don't trust these players to earn a result. You know what I mean? So I mean, if I'm going like kind of what my head's telling me, probably say it's going to be a 1-1. But my heart, I think we might just scrape it. I think we might. In fact, I think we might win this game 2-0. That's my prediction. So I'm a bit 2-man at the moment, to be honest with you. But look, like I said, let's see what happens. But like I said, I'm checked out this season anyway already. A lot of people are as well, and just utter mess. This club is in a mess completely. But anyway, guys, thank you so much if you've got to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you do drop a like on the video as well. It does help with the algorithm. Subscribe if you are new. Share the channel around with your friends. And also, let me know in the comments what you're thinking ahead of this game and what your score prediction is as well. But have a good rest of the day, whatever you get up to. Have a good Easter. In fact, I will be back actually. I'm going to do a reaction video to the game actually tomorrow. So I'll do that when I get home. from the game. So yeah, I'll do a little bit of a reaction video for you guys tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully after a win, but you just don't know how to deal with this team anymore. You can't rely on them to get you wins anymore. But yeah. I'll see you very, very soon, guys. But thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. You know how much I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care.